Hi there, and welcome to the Cult of Cinema. I am down here in my movie library today because it is cooler down here and I'm doing laundry. So if you hear laundry going in a minute, I apologize ahead of time. There you go. Today we are talking about the Vinegar Syndrome August announcements and where I get to do something amazing. So, how smart are, are Vinegar Syndrome? How clever are they? Well, let me put it to you this way. I really did not like the first Cardona box set. It was not my jam. I was disappointed that I did not see the second Cardona box set. So they kind of got me. They got me good. Hi there, William, Matthew, Griff, Jesse, Joseph. Hey, all. We are going to be talking about Vinegar Syndrome and their August releases, the VSA release, and their partner releases. So if you ever wondered if what does best, what sells the greatest, hey, Shadow Man, just spoke to you sort of on a in Facebook on a for Vinegar Syndrome. I'm going to take a wild guess and say action movies sell extremely well for Vinegar Syndrome. Yo, Brian, man, it has been such a long time. This is Brian Sauer from Just This podcast and Just This YouTube channel, which you should be checking out every time that you come on to YouTube or every time that you go into this stuff here. Hey, Pops Movie Dungeon, I actually got your video up to watch later, actually. So, we're getting some of the big guys in here today. No Cardona this month. I know I'm Jesse, I'm actually disappointed. I can't believe this. See, I want them to find Cardona that's going to sell me on his stuff. So the first one didn't do it. I'm hoping, hey there, Antoine, that the second Cardona set is going to make me go, oh, wait, I want more of this. I don't want any more of what was in the first one, but I want more of this. Well, without further ado, let's dive into it. Let's look at what's being released. Yo, Matt, because what's being released is a solid announcement. And one of them was one that was spoke about for quite a while. We kept waiting for it to come out. We kept not hearing about it. And now it's getting to 4K. So, yo, Cinema Dave, welcome, man. Me and Cinema Dave are doing a collaboration video. Fingers crossed when I get back from my vacation in mid-September. So you'll check that out. All right, so I will take. Let me get my iPad out so I can actually take myself out of the video so you don't have to see my handsome visage for a while. You can actually look at the actual pictures of what's on there. I was watching a lot of Omnibus videos, guys, because I am an Omnibus freak. I want to be able to dive right into this and tell you what I'm excited about, what I don't know enough about, and what I wish I knew more about. So here we go. Let's dive into these one at a time. So there is a VSA release this month, and this is the reason I think that we're going to get a lot of action stuff because, dudes, we got a Don to Dragon Wilson here. That kind of blows my mind. So let's go with the VSA right away, right out of the gate. We're going to do all these part labors, whatnot. So here you got Fred Williamson, Don the Dragon Wilson, and Andrew the Dice Man Clay himself. And look at this, whatever it takes. So as a self-professed Degrassi fan and somebody, hey there, welcome, Mr. B. For those that don't know, he taught me in school, and I spent my childhood at his house because his son was my best friend, still one of my great friends of all time growing up. I hope you're doing great, and I'm going to be in St. John's in the near future. So if you want to get a coffee sometime, I'll let you know. I'll text you. Yes, it is. So you get the greatness that is the Fred Williamson and the coolness that is Don the Dragon Wilson. And hopefully this is the good the John the Dragon Wilson with the Dice Man himself. And I'm kind of digging this. So this is a VSA release. This cover here is horrible, though. So yeah, I'm a Degrassi fan. So whatever it takes is the theme song to one of the Degrassi shows. Not the first one, I don't think. I think it was like the follow up. But if anybody's watched Degrassi and knows the song, then whatever it takes. Yeah, I remember. I remember the song. So let's see if we can go any further. Oh well, we I think we can. There we go. Don the Dragon Wilson, looking pretty badass right here. I'm a huge fan of these like action films. When I was a kid, I would go to my friends, that was Jamie's house, and we would watch like a bunch of like action movies. I remember one night we watched like Rambo First Blood 2. Well, it's called Rambo 2 at the time, I think. And it was me and him, and we were like so jacked up after watching it. We're just kids, right? So we go outside and we're like just running around like action movies, just loving the action movies. So this one I'm super stoked about. Hey George, welcome, man. Back from Aberdeen. I saw your pictures, man. Only film you sat here was Tough Guys. I'm actually excited about Tough Guys Don't Dance. Angelo Badalamenti does the score for this. And for those that don't know, Angelo Badalamenti did the score for the series Twin Peaks. So anytime you hear that like that haunting Twin Peaks song, which later on would get like actual lyrics by Julie Cruz, that was Angelo Badalamenti. What do we got feature wise in this first release? Let's check it out, guys. So we got excellent. We got a brand new interview with Don the Dragon Wilson, a brand new interview with actor Fred Williamson, double sided poster, limited edition of 5,000, reversible cover as always, and I am so looking forward to this release. This is, however, a VSA. So remember, guys, if you have a Vinegar Syndrome subscription, this is not in your subscription. You do have to buy this separately. But if you are a subscriber, you got a 50% off code. So you will get this one here at 50% off. So that's the score for Lost Highway too, yeah. And Lost Highway is Antoine is my better half's absolute favorite Lynch film. Shadow, I did not notice that. So this is one that could actually get a standard edition. I can see that. Like this, I can see films like this like really being ones that kind of take off for them. Like honestly, just look at this. Look at that explosion. Who doesn't want that? Good Eye Shadow. Again, the very first time we've ever seen this. This unit here, after the VSAs are sold out, may be followed by a standard edition for the very first time. So this is pretty mind-blowing time here when it comes to these releases. Now let's get to the releases that all the subscribers are going to get, because this is the stuff. Now me and Brian, we recently became subscribers. We went in the halfway one. I led Brian to the gate of halfway subscription, I think. So hopefully he's not cursing me for that. So Mr. Brian Sauer, what do you think of these here releases? Hey there, Dustin, welcome, man. Hey, Wheels. So we have Girl School Screamers. This is one that I have seen actually. Uh, it's it's not going to be my release of the month. I'm going to tell you that right now. Uh, it's okay. It's a bit of a slow moving one, if I remember correctly. Now, it's been a long time since I've seen Girl School Screamers. I'm pretty sure it's by the dude that Blades, which is another one that I wanna have, but I know it's not a great film. But the fact that there's an extended making of documentary means that this could kind of win me over. Uh, and there's two commentary tracks on here as well. We'll make sure you get some good stuff. So a lot of times when you get a film like this and you're not sure and you're iffy, these making ofs actually can win your heart for these films when you realize exactly the work that went into them, much like Spookies. So extremely excited about Girl School Screamers, although it's not one of my favorite titles, and it's probably going to be my least for this month. So this one right here is one I am interested in. I utterly adore the artwork done for this. So this is Tough Guys Don't Dance. It's a neo-noir. It's probably best known for Ron O'Neill's worst line reading thing on YouTube. And the sad part of it is that some people may discount it. Hey there, Josephine, welcome, man. Because it's because of that. But let's actually try and give this one a chance. Like Norman Mailer actually did this film. There's not a lot of times that you get like the writer that actually gets to do his film. I love the look of the cover. It's got one of the best slipcovers I've seen in a long time. It's done to look one of those pulp novels, and I'm super stoked with that. Oh, Girls Go Screamers. Yeah, that was definitely one. Man, rest up, George. You had a big trip, man. I was watching your pictures. But I'm a big fan of neo noirs. I love Angelo Badalamenti. His music is fantastic. And look, we got Wings Hauser, Lawrence Tierney, Ryan O'Neal in a film together, and Isabella Rossellini. I mean, if you can't, and Penn Jillette, holy crap, and Penn Jillette. So if you can't like get psyched by that lineup, I mean, come on. And it's a canon release, and we all, come on, all of us, we do secretly love all those canon titles. Hey, Mr. Tony, man, welcome. I got to check out your Seven video. I was going to watch it last night, but I was extremely exhausted. I wanted to come in. I was so bummed. Mr. Tony, your dad recently did his Seven. Actually, last night he went live and did his Seven unboxing, which I got to see. Merlin with Isabella. So this I don't remember. Auntie Lee's Meat Pies. So love the cover. Girl School Screamers is definitely looking a bit better right now. But she's extremely attractive. Michael Berryman is in it. Pat Morita. Okay. Terry Weigel. Terry Weigel was an actress that did adult films, but she also did a lot of like genre movies. She's actually at the beginning of Predator 2. Remember the girl that gets killed at the beginning of Predator 2? So that's Terry Weigel. Weigel, one of those. Karen Black is in this one. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this one a little bit better now. Karen Black is Annie Lee. So there we go. Feature-wise on here, we get an interview with Michael Berryman. I'm all down for that, man. Interview with makeup artist, interview with actor Richard Vidden, interview with actor Grant Kramer, recipe for Auntie Lee's meat pies by the homicidal homemaker. Really stoked about that, actually. Because Auntie Lee and her quartet of voluptuous nieces are known for making the tastiest meat pies around, all from Auntie Lee's top secret recipe, which calls for a most unusual type of meat. Human. Yeah, I'm kind of digging that, man. Insane. It does. It looks insane, and insane is good for me. But here's the big one. My dad has talked about this movie for years. This is a big one for him. I know this is one that he's probably gonna pick up. He recently bought a 4K TV, but he does not yet have a 4K player. This may lean towards him getting a 4K player because here it is. It's been talked about for a while from Vinegar Syndrome. I thought it was forgotten about. I thought maybe they weren't going to put it out. I thought maybe the right print wasn't there. But we get Terminal Island on 4K UHD. So for those that don't know, this is actually a pretty kick-ass film. I really kind of dig this movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But I am so stoked to watch this on 4K. Terminal Island is definitely the pick of this month. You will be glad for Terminal Island. It is by Stephanie Rothman, and you get some kind of cool actors. You get Phyllis Davis from Sweet Sugar in this one, and I'm a huge Sweet Sugar fan. I remember Vinegar Syndrome put that out. I was so excited when they put it out. It sold out, but because Vinegar Syndrome is a cool company, they didn't let scalpers take 5 or 6 copies. They just said you can have 2 copies at most. So bam, it came back in stock. I was able to get it on second time around. Got Sweet Sugar with the slip. So stoked to have it. We got Don Marsh on this one here. Tom Selleck from Magnum P.I. in one of his earliest roles, apparently. Roger E. Mosley from Magnum PI. Is that also the guy from Magnum PI? Do we have two Magnum PI actors in this? Conversation with Angela Lansbury. Oh, there you go. And my unusual, like, love of Angela Lansbury, right? But so excited about this release. I mean, I am so stoked. So before we get into the partner labels, what is your guys' favorite release? Which one are you guys looking forward to the most? Like, what do you think is the best release here? We're gonna look at the partner labels. We're gonna look at all the other stuff as well. But before I go any farther, for me, it's Terminal Island. Terminal Island is the big one of the month. I'm so stoked to see Terminal Island. I It couldn't have been any better. It could not have been any better for a 4K announcement for me, unless it was like some obscure slasher that I was unaware of. But for this type of film, I loved. I really like this film. I love Phyllis Davis. Most forward looking to Tough Guys and Annie Lee. Okay, there we go. Tough Guys is my second. That's number two. Annie Lee's insane. Actually, this is a good month. Tough Guys looks good. So Cinema Dave is getting Tough Guys. You a subscriber? Are you going to get Tough Guys? You think? The VS is $29.99 with the code comes to 21. You look at the MSRP rating. MSRP for that, Mr. Tony. So we'll go here. So let's go to Vinegar Syndrome. Oh, wait, I guess I better do it on here because I'm not doing it there. So let's go to Vinegar Syndrome, okay? And let us go down to whatever it takes. So for me, for instance, whatever it takes, it says it's $37.43. That's the discounted price. That's your discount price. But the actual price of whatever it takes is $54 in Canadian. So we're going by Canadian dollars right now. So that would be in Canadian actually $22. So with a 50% off coupon, take 50% off of the yellow amount right here, and not of the black amount that's right there. After recent views of Student Nurses of Velvet Vampires, I think that Terminal Island is in your top three. Yeah, I forgot you did Velvet Vampire. You're right. She did actually do that. So hopefully that makes a bit of sense there, Mr. Tony, because I made that same mistake early on too. Hey there, Satan Payne. Welcome, man. They don't ship over there? They should be able to ship there. Because one of my viewers is actually from Sweden. So let's dive into those partner labels. Because there's a few, but there's two for me that stand out over the other ones. So I'm going to do the two that I like the best last. So first off is an ag for release, and this is She Freak. You wince in the stomach when you see She Freak. And see, I'm not sure that's a good like tagline, because I never want to go into a movie thinking that I'm going to be watching it in dismay, because in dismay usually means I'm pretty depressed that I'm watching this film and I wish I was watching something else. Hopefully that's not the case here. Okay, so this is David F. Friedman, of course, who produced this one. He did, of course, Blood Feast with Herschel Gordon Lewis. You got one of the guys from with the crackpot makeup monster effects from Harry Thomas, who did the effects for Plan 9 from Outer Space. Okay. All right. Not going to lie. This isn't totally selling me on it. Hey there, Ken. Welcome, man. She Freak, I'm not sure on. I like the compilation trailer tape. So that's actually kind of, it's not something I'll grab like in a first month type thing. But that's okay. There's a lot of ag for releases that I do have in my collection. Next up, we got an Alternate Innocence. Alternate Innocence actually has two releases coming out this month. And the first one is Luz. Luz. I hope I pronounced that right. And it looks kind of insane. Like, it looks super insane. It's cool when you go live, man. Yeah. So it's directed by Tillman Singer. I'm not sure if I know his stuff actually. Two short films by the director here as well. An interview with the director. But the plot is really intriguing. So just go over it really quickly because uh, this is not like an old film. This is like 2018. So fleeing from the grasp of a possessed woman, a distressed cab driver begins a confession in a rundown police station that endangers everyone who crosses her path. So if anybody has anybody seen this movie? Because I don't know it. I have not seen this one. Next up is A Dim Valley, and I think this is a new one, 2020 release. So alternate innocence does a lot of coming of age stuff, a lot of LGBTQ stuff, which the last one didn't really seem like. But maybe there's something that I don't realize about it. This one seems more laid back, I guess. Looks like it'd be a nice watch, but it was something that I would buy as like kind of as a sale price. But I probably wouldn't like grab this one on like on a day one. It's not a day one for me, but that's just me. It's a beautiful like the cover is gorgeous though. It's got an amazing slip. However, we get next up we get another one from Music Box Selects, and that is we got Beats, and this one I know crap all about. Scotland, 1994. John and Span are best mates with a shared love for electronic dance music. Oh, they listen to EDM. And polar opposites from wildly different futures. So already it sounds kind of like my jam. I don't know if I'll grab it right away, but I do like EDM, so I'm a. However, however, there's this, and this I want to talk about. This, my friends, is Commando Ninja. So are you guys ready for Commando Ninja? I'm not quite sure. I don't have a Dolby Vision player yet myself, Satan, but it's one that that's what I want to get next. Actually, I'm moving to Morocco, and when I do that, I want to get a new like TV setup. So when I do, I want to get like a brand new TV, new 4K TV, hopefully around 75 inches or so, and that's when I'm going to make sure I go all in, so that I have something that has both HDR plus and Dolby Vision as well. That sure looks amazing. So I was reading this description to my better half. Just the picture alone was like pretty cool on. But when we got to reading the description, I was like, they got me. So here we go. I'm serious. Here we go. 1986. John Hunter is a Vietnam veteran, half commando, half ninja, 100% American. He is forced back into action when his young daughter is kidnapped by a secret ninja organization led by a Central American dictator who wants to create a new world order through time. Okay. Unfortunately for them, she's the only thing you would kill again for. Hunter will have to fight his way through an army of ninjas, Viet Congs, punks, dinosaurs, mutants, one of his former commandos, and a fully equipped private army. Okay, wait a second. You're kind of bearing the lead here. When you're going like ninjas, the Viet Congs, punks, dinosaurs. No, you put the dinosaurs at the end, not the fully equipped private army. Because dinosaurs, hey, that's welcome, man. Kind of a bigger deal than like than the fact that he's fighting an army. No, he's fighting friggin' dinosaurs. That's that's much more of a huge thing than hey, you got an army here. As always, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz that I forget to mention at the start of every one of the videos. But I really appreciate it because it helps the algorithm, the great almighty algorithm. And Saturn's Core is back for a second release. Their first one was a documentary on this insanely crazy company called Wave Productions that I was super stoked to watch. I really, really liked the documentary. And me and my better half watched it, and we said, although those movies look insane, we'd kind of like to have a collection of Wave releases. So Saturn's Core must have heard us somewhere. Saturn's Core had our back. You got it on VHS? That is cool, man. I'm jealous. And they said, you know what? We did a documentary on Wave releases. So here you go. Here's a Wave release for your coming out. So there it's coming out, guys. We get and Tina Kraus, who was not Misty Mundane, in case anybody was confused. Watch one of my earlier videos to understand that joke. But yes, this is here you go. This is a Wave release, guys. And in collaboration with Gary Whitson and his infamous New Jersey produced custom movie studio Wave Productions, Psycho Sisters was distinctive for transposing the archetypal genre tropes, depicting a duo of sympathetic female killers. So we got, and there's some cool stuff here. So new transfer from the original Super VHS Edit Master. So it'll be as quality as it is, guys. So don't expect like a 4K restoration here because it's coming from a VHS. Mr. Tony, you know all about it. Original Psycho Sister demo video that was created by Wave Productions. We got 1995 and 1998 afterwards from the director. A Wave Splatter Chatter video magazine featuring footage and interviews from the 1995 theatrical premiere. So I'm guessing that Splatter Chatter is probably similar to what Full Moon would have as their Full Moon video zones. Like that was kind of a low budget Wave version of that. That's what I'm thinking it is. I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm going with. Hey there, Cinematheque. Welcome, man. Why get angry? I mean, it's just gonna. They've put another release here in September. I regret like mentioning it, Cinematheque, because I don't think anybody noticed it till I mentioned it, and then people got upset, and I'm like, I'm not upset because they're all coming out. I just thought it was kind of funny that somebody like me who wasn't big on Cardona like noticed that the box set wasn't there. And I'm actually okay because it'll come. I have faith in them. Bring it out. We got The Day the Shopping Carts Came to Life, and Early Short by Peter Jesselin. Oh yeah, they showed a part of that in the documentary as well. I'm so stoked with that one. Lost Child, Early Short by Peter Jesselin. I don't know if I'm getting his name right. And of course, there's a trailer for the documentary, which I hope you guys picked up last month, Mail Order Murder, the story of Wave. And if you haven't, then pick it up with this release because the Mail Order Murder is super cool. It is odd that they didn't mention it, or maybe they thought they'd mention it because they mentioned the Jello thing. And here's the thing. I've been, as a content creator myself and as a guy that gets extremely busy sometimes, sometimes like this week I did my Patreon video, and I was sure that I put up my Patreon link on Monday. And I looked on Friday and to be sure to see if I'd put it up there. And I realized that I hadn't put up my Patreon link until Friday night, until Friday, because I'd forgotten to do it. So it could very well have been an innocent mistake of like they had thought they had announced that it was going to be delayed, but actually just forgot to make the announcement. It does happen. Oh, we'll get to the Peakorama too, because this is one release that I kind of knew was coming, but of course, it wasn't announced, so I could not say. But I'd heard rumors through various grapevines that they were going to be putting out the Phantasm films. And no, not the Phantasm Don Coscarelli films, the Phantasm Exploitation films, the sexy ones that I can't really show too much on here. But it's a cool release. I mean, it literally made me regret. Like, when that was announced as a Peakorama, I regretted immediately not listening to my better half and picking up the completions package, which he offered to get for me when the sale was going on. Like this, the Phantasm and Phantasm Lives Again would have been worth it for me. So if you got the completions package, Dennis, you will be getting those 2 films. But yeah, don't get mad at Vinegar Syndrome because they forgot to announce a like a delay. It happens, and sometimes delays happen like pretty much before. But we can't fault them. This is overall like a. I'd still grab the coupon code. That is true, man. This is a solid release schedule that they got here. Not only that, but not only do they have releases that I really want, but they've also got like partner labels that I'm super stoked to get. And their Vinegar Syndrome app, by the way, if you're what kind of phone or iPad or tablet you got, you can get the Vinegar Syndrome app there. And I do recommend getting it and putting it on because you take everything Apple Pay. The thing is, unfortunate, Shadow, is because there is so much coming out that I don't know if I will be able to grab the Picorama release because, well, like it'll still be there for me. I don't have like even if I don't get it now, like I can still get it. But let's see, make sure there's no nudity there. I don't know. I think it's gonna be nudity, so I'm not gonna go there. I can't go there because I think it's gonna be nudity. The one you're most is really because She Freak's the one I'm not quite sure about. Maybe it's the dismay thing that got me. I don't think that's exactly super cool. Like I love the artwork though. The artwork's super cool, and obviously they're going big on this one. Butter Noir reworking of Todd Browning's Freaks. That is interesting. You're right about that. Trailer compilation is really interesting too. Something Words. Lisa Petrucci is doing a essay, a booklet on essay for it. So I really like that. Anything with old Carnival's freak shows you're a sucker for. I love the artwork. The artwork on this is fantastic, man. She Freak coming may blow your mind. An orgy of evil. This is a good month for me, man. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Terminal Island, like and Tough Guys Don't Dance are my big ones. Like normally it's the horror stuff that grabs me first. Girl Screw Screamers is okay. It's an okay release. It's not something. It's one of the trauma ones that kind of seems like an offshoot trauma release. It's been a long time since I've seen. I don't remember it being overly exciting. But that being said, it's been a long time. So me saying, okay, this isn't the greatest release would be disingenuous since I don't know, I don't remember, and I don't even know, like, is this like the same? Is this the same film? Haven't seen it restored. Is it a different cut of the film? You know, like, it's not really, if I remember this correctly, and I could be wrong. So please, guys, if you remember this better than me, like, let me know. This isn't quite a slasher. Well, it's a supernatural slasher. I made a controversial statement recently on Fat Samurai's channel that did manage to get me into a bit of trouble. Hey there, Joe. Welcome, man. Hey, yeah, I see you on Facebook. Because I said I didn't think of, don't hate me, Nightmare on Elm Street as a slasher film. I thought of it as a dark fantasy film. And a lot of people were like going in comments and saying, well, slashers evolved. It's an evolution of the slasher film, which is completely right. And I get that. I just mean that at the time. So to clarify the statement that I made before, is that I love old school slasher. So I love the mystery slashers, the kind of like the Prowler and that type of stuff. I love stuff like Nightmare on Elm Street and that, but I enjoy it more when I don't consider it a slasher film because then I'm not looking for the tropes of like the slasher film, and I don't get disappointed. Oh, there's no mystery. This one I don't have the guess the killer. When I consider it like a dark fantasy film, I find just for me by putting it into a different category, it lets me like get more enjoyment out of the film. So for those that watch the Versus video and are wondering what the heck I was talking about, that's what I was talking about. Thank you, Satan Man. Welcome, and hopefully you subscribe and stick around and come back for other videos as well. because we talk about the really weird, obscure, like cult stuff that's out there. All the weird releases of Vinegar Synonyms, of Severance. That's the stuff that I'm down with. Now, for those that are a part of my Patreon, one thing I'll let you know before I go on any further is that if you haven't seen the video for last Friday, we did Sergio Martino's for In the Cult of Jello, and we did a tier list, which was really a blast. We are doing, and I stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning making this, by the way, Lucio Fulci. So we're doing Lucio Fulci Jello next week, like on this Friday on In the Cult of Jello, and we will be doing another versus with Don't Torture Duckling against, I can't remember right now, Lizard and Woman Skin, and we're doing a tier list as well. I must be so sad. I actually am. It's so weird, Joel, is that I was so like not into like Cardona. I was not big in that box set. Like, I'll be honest, it bored the hell out of me. Treasure of Am's, I was okay, but the other two, much like Master Chaos, I gotta say, it kind of bored me a bit. But I want to be won over. I'm never one of those people that I'm dead set against, that I can't be won over. I'm the type of person that wants to see the good part of it. As much as I'll get curmudgeonly and complain. I want to I want to be won over. I want to find something I love about it. Hey there, Travis. It's a slasher, but it's not a classic. Exactly, yeah. Terminal Line was one of your must lists of releases to buy, so you could retire from buying Blu-rays. There's 2 more titles. What are the 2 other titles, Jesse, on the list? I'm curious, actually. So what are the 2 that you're still waiting to come out that you must have? That's a good topic, Look, and to be honest with you guys, and I'm much in the lines of Jesse in that I'm getting to the point where all of my dream releases, all the stuff that I kind of wanted to come out, it's come out. There's only a few releases left that and very few, to be honest with you, that would, unless it's something that I find that like is kind of a blind, that I don't really know. So it's getting to the point where I'm like, what happens when I got everything that I want? Then am I just taking chances on blind buys? Am I just kind of like buying to like curate a library of cinema? I don't yet. I mean, like, I did have an old one, but I wouldn't recommend it. I got to do a new one. So sometime in the near future, I'm going to be doing. It might take a couple of videos, Satan, to do a whole, like, because this is one room. I got this room here. I got like a room filled with like TV stuff and 8mm films and stuff like that. And I've got like glass cases upstairs as well with the like oversized box sets, like the big, Harry Potter set that came out, the big giant one, and a lot of like Walking Dead and a lot of that stuff. Fun City, I know, but I'm kind of glad, Joel, there's no Fun City Edition release this month, because there's so much. We still need Hello, Mary Lou Prominent. We still need all of them. Part 2, because Part 2 at least has been put out in its right aspect ratio. But Part 3 has never been put out in its right aspect ratio, as far as I can remember. And neither has Part 4 has never gotten a good release. Yeah, Dennis, that's correct. Every subscribers get everything except the VSA. The 4K UHD is included in your subscriber package, so you don't have to buy Terminal Island separately. Terminal Island is included. It's not a VSU. But only VSAs and VSUs wouldn't be included in your subscriber package. So I like to kind of to give you a the best way to show you guys is, let's go here, and we're going to go back, and you'll see here on the whatever it takes VSA, that will the list right there that subscribers. This is not including your subscription. If you like to purchase it, if you're a yearly subscriber, use a sub 50 code. If you're a halfway subscriber, use a sub 50 minus half code to get a half off of it. Now, as you can see with 4K release of Terminal Island, that that isn't listed up there. So this one is included in the in the monthly package, and it's a really cool one, guys. You're getting the 4K release this month, so we may have had the Cardona box set because we know it's Cardona. They're not fooling us. Like pushed back till September. Take the place of Jello. It's going to be in October. But this here for me, this alone makes it a great one. Hey there, Jay. Welcome, man. The early pre-order for the Black Friday sale is the last week of September. Nice. License to Drive. I would not spend eBay prices for License to Drive, Ken. I saw that movie in theater, actually. And the girl was really pretty. And I love Corey Feldman and Corey Haim, but it is not their best film. Like, it's better than some of the later stuff that they did. I did download the Vinegar Syndrome app. I downloaded it on my phone, but I am going to download it tonight on my iPad as well. So I got them both. And you got so many, Ken, you got so many of these cool releases. You got some Don the Dragon Wilson to buy. You got to buy some Commando Ninja. You got to get Commando Ninja. Do I think Coonskin will come out with Vinegar Syndrome? I do, actually. I think it'll eventually come out. Like, people wonder, because of the title, will it still come out? Would that be, what's the word we're looking for? Would that be a little problematic? But I think as long as they do, they probably do what they do with a lot of the Disney stuff, and is that they'll put an introduction like this was a different time, yada yada yada, at the beginning of it. But I don't think Coonskin has been like has been taken off or been rejected. Oh, Heather Graham is gorgeous, utterly gorgeous. I'm a huge fan. For those that haven't checked it out yet, I don't think it's come up yet, but I did a second video with Robert Bellissimo at Robert Bellissimo at the Movies, and we talked about Out of the Past, which is one of the seminal film noirs. And I'm not gonna lie, I was impressed with myself. I thought I did a good job. Let me know what you think. But it should be coming up very soon. Um, I did one last week with him talking about Born to Kill, which again is another one of my favorite noirs. Do you really think License? Do you seriously think License Drive is not going to be on a physical format again? I don't think so. I mean, like, let's be honest. It's License to Drive. It has a built-in base. So if one company like doesn't put it out, it does have stuff that other people would put it out for. It has a cult following. Like, as long as you got a cult following, you're good. You're money. It's those films, those in between films that don't really make it, that you got to worry about. I think License to Drive is it is Fox Disney. You're right about that. But you don't think Fox Disney would do like a Disney exclusive? Oh, definitely. I would 100% like Born to Kill Matt is an amazing, amazing film noir. And Lawrence Tierney, it should have made him a star, but Lawrence Tierney, unfortunately, read up on Lawrence Tierney. It's very interesting. He's a very interesting dude. I saw Mannequin 2, and I saw Mannequin in the theater, Jesse. So I would actually buy both of those. And of course, Mannequin 2 has the Fright Night connection to it, because I'm pretty sure Mannequin 2 stars Wim Ragsdale, right? Because the first one's Anna McCarthy, but I'm pretty sure that the second Mannequin movie has Wim Ragsdale from Fright Night. I'd have to look it up because it's been a long time since I've seen it. I could be totally wrong, but for some reason, that's what I'm picturing. Oh, Eddie Mueller got to meet Lawrence Tierney. Eddie Mueller actually did. Hey, because he does the Noir Alley or used to do Noir Alley on TCM, and he did actually like Born to Kill. Showed it at a film festival, at a film theater, and he did not. Apparently, Tierney wasn't invited to it because he was considered problematic, but he showed up, and he was quite interesting. Brian's been super busy. If he wasn't, then we would definitely be doing something. Uh, I would. We should we should try and plan for something in the near future, Brian. When you're not so busy. Brian has been stacked full of stuff. Um, I have not been on his channel, not because we don't like each other, but more so that Brian Sauer is one of the busiest and nicest guys I know. Um, Anytime he needs me, I'm there. A man can step for Wife's crossover. That'd be kind of cool. Still doesn't work. Nice. It's been a while since I've seen much TCM Joel. Like I'll go in and I'll I'll put on my PVR, put movies on my PVR, and I never get around to them because I got so much that I have still have to watch. Because for me right now, I do two jobs. I got my day job, which is like it's 40 hours a week, and in Christmas it's around like 50 to 6 hours a week. And then after my day job's over, then I'm doing this. Where I'm either watching a movie for the channel, or I'm reading up on some stuff, or I'm taping videos, or I'm preparing like tier lists, or doing some editing stuff. Yeah, I do some editing stuff for myself that I on videos that I'm going to be doing in the near future. But that's why it's kind of crazy for me. And I've been luckily been able to do a few collaboration videos recently. I've been really enjoying those. Middle of the Media, I was on his channel, and such a nice guy. Ken is so nice, and a fat samurai guy. Always glad to go on his channel. Was on Versus. I think I'm gonna go on Versus this week. He mentioned one Versus, and I'm really interested in doing it actually. Pin. Pin definitely 100% in the pit. The pit has a release from Kino, but I can't get that here in Canada because, well, I guess I can if I live somewhere better than like here where we can actually get stuff. Oh, Daisuke, I would love to speak with him again. We actually talked about doing something early on, but we haven't spoken in a while. I actually got to reach out to him. It's my fault because I haven't reached out to him and I should have. I'm not sure if it's been re-released, but it was released for a while. I thought the Kino had it, but it's as is it gotten out of print? Pin is one of my favorites. I love the book Pin by Andrew Niedermeyer. I love the film Pin. I got the old DVD Seville release of that, and that is one of my big releases that I want to come out. Yeah, but yeah, Daisuke, fantastic dude. 100% want to do. Want to be working with him again. Was that one he's getting re-released? I didn't know it was gone out of print. See, there's a whole bunch of like Screen Factory titles that I got over there that are probably out of print that I don't know about. I had to cancel two omnibuses that I was really wanting to get because I just couldn't do it this month. So there's a couple titles that I'm going to sell. a couple of out of print titles I'm going to sell. I've just been going back and forth on it. Fully in stock for $17.99. Nice. I have really enjoyed the verses that we've been doing, Matt, with those. Wings Hauser is kind of getting a resurgence there, Jesse, and I'm all for it. Where's the Carpenter at? I really want to see the Carpenter come on Blu-ray. There's one that I want. Hotter in the House. I'm not sure if that Wings Hauser or is that Gary Busey. I think Gary Busey is Hotter in the House, but I'm pretty sure the Carpenter's Wings Hauser. But I want both those films. I want the Carpenter to come out on Blu-ray. That's a Wings Hauser film, pretty sure. And I want Hotter in the House, which I think is Gary Busey, to come out on Blu-ray because those are two insane films that I love because I love insane films. Wings Hauser should have a restaurant. Yeah, that would be awesome. Siege is cool. Siege was actually shot here in Halifax, as I'm sure you know. Uh, but I'm not in Halifax. I'm 4 hours away from it. I used to have, you know what happened, Antoine, with me with Carpenter and VHS? I rented the Carpenter and VHS from the store, and it's not around anymore. Of course, all the video stores are gone. But I brought it back, and when the places are closed, right? You can like put it in through the slot like Blockbuster did. I was iffy. I still haven't got through Champagne and Bullets. What I saw was okay, but it's not Neil Breen levels of good. But some people like it's their favorites. Different shipping news. Who knows? But yeah, so I put the carpenter through the slot, and around 2 weeks later, I got a notice from them. Actually, notice back then was a call, and they said, "Hey, you're gonna bring back the carpenter?" And I'm like, "I brought back the carpenter. Actually, you guys weren't open, so I put it in through the slot." And they're like, "Well, we didn't get the carpenter." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. I put it in," and they're like, "No." So like they kept like I would keep going to the store, and this was one of my favorite video stores to go to. And I would go to buy something. They say, "Yeah, you kind of gotta buy your pay your late fee for the carpenter." Hey there, Jason. Welcome, man. Yeah, Tom Selleck is in Terminal Island. That's one of his first roles, Jay. Yeah, the movie you're thinking about, Carrie, is a movie by the name of Bad Ronald. It used to come on we used to have this channel called what's it called, Scream. We're about freaking you out. So that movie's called Bad Ronald, and basically I think it was him and his mom, and his mom dies. Not sure if she has a heart attack or something, but there's this like like this hiding place inside the wall, this kind of secret room. So a new family moves in, and he's like hiding there. He's kind of watching and spying on them. So if you want to find that movie Videodrome, just look for a movie by the name of Bad Ronald, because that's the one you're looking for. It got played a lot here on our when we had a horror channel. We don't have the horror channel anymore, but when we had it, that was one of the ones that was in heavy rotation. So I'll never forget it. I actually haven't picked it up yet, even though I like the film, because I know the film so well because it got played so much. What do I think of My Bloody Valentine? Well, I love. Are we talking about the original or the remake? The original I utterly love. It's a very true. It's a very Canadiana type of horror film. Obviously, well, not obviously for somebody that don't know, I am living right now in Nova Scotia, and I am about 10 minutes away from where My Bloody Valentine was made. So there's a place called Sydney Mines, and that's just literally down the road from me, and that's where they did the original My Bloody Valentine at. So drive past a lot of the locations from My Bloody Valentine all the time. Talk about the band. I don't know the band actually. Bad Ronald's the one you're looking for, man. Bad Model is a totally different type of film. Aunt Lee's Meat Pies does look fun, actually. Yes, Annie Lee is finally coming out. It is so cool. Jay, do you remember like I know you do a lot of like write ups and you do a lot of like magazine work, which is what, by the way, at one point that's where I thought my career was going to go. Um, and who knows, maybe one of these days, right? But do you remember Girl Screw Screamers? Because I can slightly remember it, and I kind of remember it being a little dry. It's fantastic. Oh, the slipper, but is the film good? I do like the Siege. I don't have it yet though. I don't have the Siege, and I don't have DefCon 4, which was also shot in Halifax, and I don't have the other recent one that they did from Halifax. There's a couple of recent ones done from Halifax actually. Like it's by the guy that did Blades. So if you kind of remember Blades, kind of like that. Yeah, that's my fault, man. Did anyone get naked and girl screamers asking for a friend? Uh, I don't know if there's a lot of nudity in girl screamers, if I remember correctly. Um, but I don't think there was some Blades either. Because it's the same director. Let me look him up. John P. Finnegan. I'm pretty sure. It's probably listed there, and I'm probably just doing this for no bloody reason. But let's do it anyway. Girl School Screamers. Like it has been ages. I used to have these sets. Do you remember these sets that that Trauma used to put out? Would have like 2 or 3 films on them. They'd have like usually like kind of one of their kind of their more low rent stuff. Because see, Trauma doesn't just make movies; he actually acquire films as well. So yeah, so he directed Girl School Screamers. He wrote Blades. Okay, he wrote Blades. I knew he wrote Blades. And apparently he wrote All's Fair too, which I think might be on. I might have somewhere else. Toxic Spicks. Yeah, that's the ones. Some the Toxic bunch or the Toxic. Not see. Spider University is more of a straightforward, like as far as it goes, straightforward like slasher film. If I remember correctly, Jay, I think it's more along the lines of more of a supernatural style, kind of like I'm not sure if it's like a voodoo or Ouija board or something like that. Kind of a sort of a possession style film. So not quite along the lines of like of something like okay. I just gotta say it here. Somebody here might look maybe it's just the look, but looks a bit older than some of the other girls here. So do you notice any girls here that look like they may not belong exactly in a girls' school? Because one girl's standing out. I mean, she's like she may be the who knows, she might be the same age as them. But there's one girl with an intense look right here with the short hair that's really standing out as like, did the teacher sit down? Hey there, Dave. Welcome, ma'am. Oh, true, yes. But just she looks so uniquely different than, and it could have been just that picture. Like here, look, she's smiling. Just look, now they all look like they're way too old for girls' school, but they're still there anyway. See, we may not totally have nudity, but there you go. They're on a couch. Now, I couldn't go through just in case there was nudity in there, but Spider University is a fun film. Well, don't let it bum you out. But when I was a kid, Videodrome back in the day, when I was a teenager, it wasn't like today where we had internet and all that type of stuff. So horror was at the time when you're a teen like boy or girl. It was a lot of times, especially horror, and you're like, I'm going to watch a horror film because. So I was one of those people. so so, but I take no offense to it. I sit on my new Dune films. I it's something that I do like. Is my video buffering for anybody else, or is it just for Videodrome? So let me know. Brothers Wolf's an excellent movie, man. Tough Guys Don't Dance. I'm actually stoked about. I'm actually very interested in that one because I don't think I've seen it, and like literally the only thing I know it from is like this online like meme. Yeah, this little video that goes on YouTube. Different one's good now. Okay, perfect. Yeah, because I am doing this downstairs in my movie library, and I'm doing this because I have gotten a lot of requests since I did a video a while back down here in the movie library. I've gotten a lot of requests since then to move a lot of my videos back down here. So Don't say that I don't listen to you guys. I do, because I carted this down an extra flight of stairs so that we could do this video here today. Let's see, copy of like Vinegar Syndrome to release Tombai. Tombai would be an amazing release. I would definitely be down with that. Tombai is a really cool Betsy Russell film. I got it on an old DVD, and it's on with like 4 or 5 other releases. You probably got the same one, media, because such a cool one. But Terminal Island's a really cool one. Trust me, I think you'll dig it. I think you'll dig Terminal Island. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with this film, guys. I love the slipcover for this one here, by the way. Kind of the retro cool look with the slip. Doesn't it kind of give you a feel like a battle royale type of feel looking at it? Have I been back to the not yet? Actually, I haven't got a chance to get back to the cinemas because, as mentioned before, I work way too much. One of these days when I get some time off. The new we should actually. I don't think I've done a video talking about Arrow. So while I'm here, that is a great suggestion, Dan. Let's dive into those Arrow releases. Now, I did talk about them on my Patreon. I had forgotten that I hadn't spoke about them here. So for those that don't know, Arrow announced some incredible stuff. I already have your freaking. So, and by the way, since I have you here, I have to ask anybody order from Unobstructed View. I know some of you guys do. If anybody here orders from Unobstructed View, can you tell me if they take the pre-order money right away or if they take it when you pre-order it, when the pre-order is being sent to you? So because there's something I'm looking at. We got 4K here. It's not just re-releases. So first off, we get right here the Deep Red Art Original Limited Edition UHD. Oh my God, that dummy is freaking me out. I'm not gonna lie, it's you scare me, dummy. You scare me a lot. I'm hiding you. So it's a 4K release. It's got a hard box. It not just a 4K release, by the way. This doesn't just give you the extended uncut version of Deep Red in 4K, but it also gives you a second 4K disc with the theatrical cut. So a lot of times you get they'll put the uncut version on 4K, and then they'll take the theatrical cut and put it on a Blu-ray as a bonus. No, not Arrow. They're going the extra mile and putting both of them are getting 4K remasters and being put here on this set, which makes this a must for me. And I do love Profound Rose, so I love Deep Red. It's a great film. It's fantastic. We got a double-sided poster. We got a booklet here. We got some art cards that I'm looking for. The lobby cards, you want to say? Oh, that's freaking me out. Let's go down a bit. Let's look at the extras, see what's new. All right, so we got a brand new audio commentary from Troy Haworth and Nathaniel Thompson. Almost 3 hours of new interviews with the cast and crew. I got to see what's on my last edition of Deep Red, because I've had 3 versions of Deep Red. Deep Red's one of my favorites. I rebuy Deep Red because it is cool. So I had the original window box edition of Deep Red, which is actually very expensive right now. I gave that one to my kids so they could have a copy of Deep Red for themselves. Then I got the upgraded version of Deep Red that came out a few years ago with the kind of flimsy case. And now I will be definitely upgrading for this Deep Red right here. I do need to upgrade for the other Argentos as well. Maybe not Cat so much, but Birth Crystal Plumage for sure, because I really do kind of dig and like that film. Please, Arrow, keep putting out these 4Ks. I would love to see Opera in 4K. That's probably the one that I want most. I only have a DVD version of Opera. I've never gotten that one in Blu-ray. So I'm super looking forward to hopefully getting a big edition of Opera, because I think that one deserves a great release and it has amazing visuals. Can you imagine saying that scene with the eyes with the needles under them in 4K? Because I can, and I am so stoked about that. But you get 2 choices when it comes to the artwork for Deep Red. You can get the fancy artistic version, or you can get the limited edition here with the creepy freaking doll on the cover. So same features and all that. It's just that you got right here. You got the there's a dummy again. Damn you. Um, so yeah, same features and all that stuff. It's just again the artwork. So you're just going to be choosing on which art you want. Also coming up is Jello Essentials Red Edition. So this may be just me, maybe it's just me thinking this, but Jello Essentials Red Edition makes me think there's going to be other editions of Jello Essentials coming out. We're going to get more box sets with Jello Essentials, and the cases are going to be colored differently. A Jello Essentials Red, we may get a Jello Essentials Yellow. I do expect something like that. I think that's where they're going with this. If anybody has any ideas, hey Tony, welcome, man. You love opera. You have great taste, Matthew. So anybody wants to know what is in this Jello Essentials edition? Well, there are 3 films there, and I don't have them actually. So this is tempting for me. We got to possess the 5th chord. I think got a version of the 5th chord and a Pajama Girl case. So again, gorgeous looking set. Great stuff on here. If you don't have these films, I don't know if any of this stuff is new, like say new audio commentaries, new interviews, but I don't have the original Pajama Girl case release. So I don't know if this is new to this, but the 5th chord says a new uh, video essay by Rachel Nesbitt. I think the only one that I might have is the 5th chord. So let me just check and see if that was on my edition. Because if it's not, then this is a must upgrade for me. Because I really do like Rachel Nesbitt stuff a lot. So I thought it wasn't. It wasn't on the previous release. So they're just pretty much copying and pasting what was the features as they're listed on the other releases. I love the movie Trauma. I would love to see that get a good release, actually. And I definitely agree. Trauma does get better with every viewing. And one of the best murder weapons ever in any Giallos and Trauma, because that game, know that thing, the garroting device that lops off the head, that's so cool. All right, let's get to the next release, because that's not all. We got one of the big ones because there are a lot of these stuff coming out. And if you like this stuff, you're going to be super stoked. So the Yokai Monsters collection is coming out. 100 Monsters, Spook Warfare, along with Ghosts, and the Great Yokai War. It's a cool looking box set. Just look at beautiful. That looks. You got a Yokai timeline there. You got like the 3 films. You're gonna get like art. Looks like art cards. You got a book. You can see that when they have the alternate like art on the other side of it. Feature wise, so if you're not big or you'd say you don't know, so if you got the Majin release, then you're probably going to be grabbing this one for sure. They even have like a brand new documentary, so a primer on Yokai for us Western audiences that may not know as much as a lot of people do. Pajama Girl case, I gotta get that one, man. When are we getting 4 Flies on 4K? When are we getting another cool Blu-ray of 4 Flies? 4 Flies can hopefully will be coming on 4K. They do work. Arrow does, shameless screen entertainment that has the rights to 4 Flies. I think they still have the rights to 4 Flies. Actually, did it? They did release it on Blu-ray. I do expect Arrow to work with them to actually put out a really cool release. Whether Arrow out and out puts out their own release of it, or there's a shameless screen entertainment Arrow collaboration where Arrow gets to do this amazing 4K of it. It is something that needs to come out. It is one that we need to see. Next up is a Werner Fassbender release. So if you're big on Fassbender, I find him a bit depressing, but he's someone that I would like to eventually get some stuff of. There's quite a few films on here. So we get some of his early films on here as well, like Love is Colder Than Death and Katschlemacher. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I do apologize. We get Beware of Holy Horror on here, The Merchant of Four Seasons, Bitter Tears of Peter von Kant, and Tenderness of the Wolves. So there's a bunch of stuff on this release with a ton of extras on here as well. So it's a 4 disc release. I'm guessing it's probably a cut down version of the earlier Fassbender set that came out, and the letting people buy it at a cheaper way. So next up, and the last but not least for the new releases, is Dementor. So what's really cool about this one? This is a limited edition release of Dementor. So this is from the director of Jugface. So if you've seen Jugface, and I got an old DVD release of Jugface, then this is the follow-up release from the director of Jugface. But what's really cool about this one is it actually does give you the Blu-ray to Jugface as an extra bonus in here as well. So you're much like they did with an earlier release where and I can't remember what the film was now. I do apologize. But when they put out another film by the makers of The Battery, they put The Battery in there as a limited edition. So this here is the limited edition of Dementor with Jugface. Now, eventually, this will come out with a standalone release. So if you want to wait and not get Jugface for pretty much free, that's okay. You don't have to. Maybe you got Jugface already. But if you don't and you want to grab Jugface, because it's going to be a bonus one on here, there's going to be a ton of features on this release, and it should be a bunch of fun. Yeah, Rainer Werner Fassbender. Werner or Werner? The Yellow Box says it must be done with the films. They are cool films. And for those that don't know, I will pimp it again. I will actually give you a bit of a quick peek, and I do mean a very quick peek. So right there, for 1 second, you got to see a sneak peek of the tier list that we're going to be doing over on the Patreon channel this Friday. It is the Lucio Fulci tier list, and it's not the only one that I did. I've made one for Umberto Lenzi as well, so we got that coming up. The idea is to make W. Thank you, because I'm never quite sure. So I will never be too what's the word? I'll never be too full of myself. For instance, to not ask, is this said right? Because I make mistakes. Fassbender Ragman is he's a director that can be a little bit on the depressing side. So if you like that his style stuff, though, just watch a couple trailers type thing. But there you go, guys. I need tea badly. Did I grab Arrow's I don't have Vengeance Trails yet, but I need to get it. I am such a big fan of all those films. I'm a huge fan of Massacre Time. Ken, I liked Urban Harvest. I did. I really did like Urban Harvest. That's actually one of my I like Children of the Corn, not my favorite in the series, one of my least favorites in the series actually. But part 2 and 3 I really like. Show you how much I like part 2 and 3 before I go. Initially, 8 Films put a limited edition of Children of the Corn out, and I own it from their Slasher Classics collection. And I love the fact that it looks like an actual kind of book. Is it region? I don't think it's region free. I'll check for you though. I got it upstairs actually. I'm a huge Friday fan, so just so you know. The good thing though is that since they put out the Friday 13th stuff, hopefully eventually they'll put it out and they'll get the rights to put them out in 4K. And as we know, 4K is region free. unless you're unless sometimes you're Screen Factory. Friday box handy. Hey Matt, do you know if it's can you check? Well, the thing is that a lot of times it's only it's what you have the rights for. So you have the rights for the first three, and the basically the Children of the Corn trilogy, because it does kind of spin off into films that really are not Children of the Corn, are very like loosely Children of the Corn. Kind of like if you wanted to do like a Hellraiser set, you could probably get off doing the first three or four, because you anything after that, not so much. All right, so it does say Region A here. Now, if that actually means Region A, I don't know, but it looks like it is Region A. Sometimes I know with Umbrella releases, they'll say Region A, and sometimes it'll be actually they'll say Region 2 and they'll be Region A too. So you never know. But there you go. As far as I know, it's Region A. So I do hope that you're able to get like region free player because it's a really cool set. Anyway, out of print. There you go, there guys. There's out of print one. This one I know is actually out of print. I am Aaron. For thank you so much for joining me here tonight in the Call to Cinema. This is my movie library, or at least one of my movie libraries. I've got a bit of an addiction. So come back again. I'll be back here again soon. And of course, next week, patron members, or if you're thinking about being a patron, the link is down below to join that up because we do Jello stuff. We are doing video by video directors, and we're going to be actresses and event and writers. We're going to make eventually the ultimate Jello list of all time, and that's one of the things we're doing on the Patreon. I am Aaron. This has been the Cult of Cinema. You guys are awesome. Like, share, subscribe, like the video. It helps out a lot, and I will see you soon. Matt, Ragnar, Tony, Satan, Videodrome, everybody. Thanks so much for coming in, and have a great evening. Because right here in the Call to Cinema, you know what there is? There's always one more movie. See you soon.